Before Tom Holland and before No Way Home, there was Andrew Garfield. This is the Hot Toys MMS179, the Amazing Spider-Man. The one that took nearly 18 months to finally hit the shelves. It's infamous for its fragile shoulders and a controversial head sculpt, and a suit that sparks endless debate. Today, we're unboxing it and seeing if it holds up today, and if the Amazing Spider-Man at the time was overhated. So without further ado, let's just jump in. And the first thing I want to start off with is the packaging. I mean, Hot Toys went with the classic shoebox style for this one. Kind of like the early Tobey Maguire type figures. I mean, the front has some nice artwork on it. Is it the best? It's debatable. But you kind of see what you get, and it really does show off the Amazing Spider-Man. The pose you see on the front of the box, almost impossible to achieve with the actual figure itself. Bit ironic. Yeah, on the back you can actually see some of the poses that you can achieve with the figure. And I do like how the top of the box kind of slants like that. It's a really nice effect to get the red and blue mixed together. Now, I want to jump into what's inside the box and the figure itself. So, let's just check it out. Now, when it comes to the suit, I would say it's extremely detailed. Obviously, the iconic red and blue costume with the black cobweb pattern and a dark blue spider icon on the chest. I mean, you can sort of see the difference in materials between the red areas and the blue areas. And the one thing I did notice was, for some reason, the suit and the mask itself are very discoloured. They don't match colour-wise. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just mine. But yeah, that was a bit of an issue for me, and it really took away from the authenticity of it. The figure itself feels a little bit thin with the arms and the legs, but Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man was very, very slim. So would I say it's screen accurate? It's getting there, definitely. The head sculpt's quite nice. Not the most realistic I've ever seen. There are better versions now since No Way Home has come out. For a classic piece, one that's relatively old, and for any Amazing Spider-Man fans, I think this is kind of the one that you would enjoy getting as like an extra. Another concern I actually have when he has the mask on rather than the head sculpt is that the whole mask is basically just rubber. So when you turn it, it does create neck folds, which I can imagine over time is going to damage it quite extensively. So you can't really move it too much. And you can't turn it at all, really, due to the rubber. It's realistic in a sense that he can only turn a certain way, but it does restrict movement if you want to turn him slightly more to the left or slightly more to the right. It is a figure from 2012. I mean, there isn't any tears, so it has lasted a very long time. You are talking 14 years at this point. So again, my concerns might not be justified, but it was something I noticed and was a little bit frustrated by when trying to do some posing. I want to take a more detailed look at the head sculpt. The unmasked Andrew Garfield, I'd say the likeness has been subject to debate for a very long time. Some people think it's pretty good, which I think it's okay. I don't think it's the worst, and others find it a little bit off. I mean, it's even got some battle damage on the face with the little scratches. And the only thing I would say with that is the rest of the figure, like the rest of the suit, there's no battle damage, so it's just a little graze on the cheek. So it doesn't. It's a very strange one to have, because you're not going for like a full battle damage Spider-Man, but you have just got him with a little cut on his cheek. So I don't know. It's up for debate, and this is exactly why I wanted to do this review. The masked version is quite nice. I'm just annoyed about the discoloration, which could be due to the body being out of the box for so long. Could be potential sun damage. I'm not too sure, because this is basically just how I've purchased it. But now let's just talk about the accessories. And of course, with every Hot Toy, lots of interchangeable hands. You get 5 pairs. You get the relaxed palms, a pair of fists, pair for cobweb shooting, pair for cobweb swinging, and a pair for climbing. So I do think that's quite cool. Every Spider-Man needs a hell of a lot of hands, and that's kind of like the main selling point when it comes to these, is the articulation in hands. So they've done quite well there. And of course, just like the rest of them, you do actually get the spider webs that will shoot out the hands. But yeah, you get 4 long narrow strips of cobweb, which are 2 for imitating basically swinging, and another one for cobweb shooting. Of course, the last part that you get is the Spider-Man stand with the nameplate and the Spider-Man movie logo. As far as stands go, it's pretty standard. Now, let's just go and talk about the articulation and the very weird shoulders. I mean, it had the standard Hot Toys body for back in the day. Obviously, 30 points of articulation, just like normal. elbows, knees, ankles, they all move very well. But the shoulders are very strange. A lot of people experienced a lot of breakages with the shoulders back in the day, where it was mainly the moving of the rotating arms would cause the joint to snap. And it was such a problem, Hot Toys did recall a lot of these. They did re-release it in 2014. My ones in particular, the shoulders do pop out quite a lot, so they kind of go in like that, which I did find a bit odd. It does crinkle up the suit quite a lot and make it look... It's not even like authentic creases, it kind of feels rubbery, which is a shame. But yes, if you do end up picking up this figure, fair warning, do not rotate the shoulders more than 90 degrees. Don't force them beyond any natural range. You kind of just want like random Spider-Man poses like that, kind of like the ones I've shown you in the video. But I mean, I'll imagine if you're buying this one, you probably own other Spider-Man figures anyway. So, you know, you most likely know what you're doing when it comes to that. Now, we're just going to jump into the height comparison. Andrew Garfield, how does he look? Pretty good. Matches up quite well. Here's a comparison with Electro. As you can see, this is what it was made for. Both of these from the Amazing Spider-Man era, and they blend in very well together on the shelf. Now, let's just talk about the pros and cons. Head sculpts. Obviously, you get his skin and mask. I think it's great that there's a bit of a variety there. Interchangeable hands are great, as per usual. Articulation overall is pretty good. And for the age of it, I think you do get a decent amount of accessories. I mean, they never used to add that much back in the day. So let's just get into the cons. You got the broken shoulders. Well, broken shoulders can be finicky. Be very careful. When it comes to the detailing of the head sculpt, it's up for debate. I don't mind it. I quite like it. Yeah, let me know down below what you think of the head sculpt. The discoloration I have with the body to the mask. Again, don't know if that's an issue of mine or all of them overall. But as it's so old now, I would not be able to give you an actual answer. The fact it's got battle damage on the face and a very clean suit feels a bit weird. As it's rubber, that concerns me with the aging over time. You know, when it comes to like pleather and stuff like that, that's normally an issue, but the rubber as well, I think that could be worrisome. And one thing I did not mention in the video was posing is quite tricky for him to stand on his own. Articulation's good, but he feels very weak. So if I had to give a rating to the Amazing Spider-Man, which at this point, he goes for anywhere between 200 to 260 pounds, which is crazy. If you pick him up for that, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Why a 7? It's Andrew Garfield. There's not many variations of him on the market. So if you can just pick up a figure of his, I think that would spice up the collection quite a lot. But if you're going to go for one, you might as well go for a No Way Home variant, where it's fully updated, much better head sculpt, and a lot more accessories that you can get with him. If you can get him for anything less than 200, to be honest, I think I'd still go for a 7 out of 10. Like, all the cons that I've stated is exactly the reason why. But yeah, I have this one on my eBay right now. So if you are interested, feel free to have a look. I am very fair when it comes to prices, and I do try and offer a good deal for everyone involved. But if this video did interest you, please feel free to leave a comment and say what you like about Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. If you already own one, please share if there's anything I've missed, and I'll be more than happy to do a follow-up YouTube short about it. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.